so this is real life. This is what my dad comes home from the store with in the middle of me shooting my healthy videos. What'd you get?
Tootsies.
Tootsies.
Sugar babies.
Sugar babies. Cookies.
Hi.
So, you know what the topic for my next video is? 7 reasons why you're not losing weight. So, the first and obvious reason would be you're eating stuff like this. But because most people that are confused about why they're not losing weight, they're usually not eating this, and they're like, why am I still not losing weight? So we're just gonna hide this. There's gonna be commotion going on, but we're gonna get right to the chase. So, 7 reasons why you might not be losing fat. It is so much more than calories in versus calories out. Okay, so back to where we left off with a little bit less commotion. We got the dog and the dad out of the picture now. 7 reasons why you might not be losing fat despite all the hard work that you've been putting in. Because it's really so much more than calories in versus calories out. And I think a lot of times we get stuck trying to address that issue when that's not the issue at all. And it's really something else that you're not even thinking of. So something that was big for me, and I would say this is the #1 reason why people are not losing weight, is because they need to get their hormones checked because they're out of whack. So getting blood tests done to see where your thyroid levels are at, to see how your liver is functioning, all of that is so important when it comes to fat loss and when it comes to energy. And if you think about it, if you have energy, then you're going to be more likely to go to the gym, to take the extra time to prep your food and all of that. So really it starts with us being healthy on the inside, but it's kind of ironic that to fix what's on the inside that you do have to eat healthy food. So I would say get your adrenals checked, possibly depending on how much stress you've had in your life. The more stress you've had, the more, I guess, likely it would be that you would have adrenal problems. So your hormones, the #1 reason why people are not losing fat. This is my cheat sheet over here. The second reason would be if you're eating inflammatory foods. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Over years of doing damage to our body, we develop sensitivities to foods. You may eat something when you're a kid and it's totally fine. And then as you age, you start to realize that all these other problems start popping up. Well, it's from years and years of damage that you've done to your body. And so let's say milk, for example, okay? Because this is actually a really, really common one. As we age, our bodies have a harder time breaking down milk, and it leads to issues with our digestive system. It inflames the body, and then when that happens, the weight loss process really slows down. So I would say to address that, it's like, okay, well, how do I know if I am eating something that I'm sensitive to? There are a couple ways that you can know without getting a test done. I would say, pay attention to if your skin is breaking out, if your digestion feels off, if you feel weird. But the tricky thing about this is it can take several days before the symptoms even show. So I'll give you an example. Mom, actually, can you zoom in really, really close? I don't know if they'll be able to see this. So I ate, it's almost gone, but I ate peanuts the other day, and I have sensitivity to them, and they snuck in a recipe, and I didn't know until after my face broke out. And after I realized I ate the peanuts, I was like, oh shoot, my face is gonna break out now. And a day later it did. And it's almost gone because it was several days ago. But anyway, that's what we're working with. Can you see it in the camera at all? Yeah? Okay, cool. So yes, that is from eating peanuts. And that's a sensitivity I have. You may not have that, but you, I guarantee, have at least 1 or 2. I had several at one point, but now that my body is healthier, some of those sensitivities began to go away. I would say gluten and dairy, regardless of whether you're sensitive to them or not, just get it out. Most of you are probably sensitive to them and you're not realizing it, but I can't tell you the people that have gotten these out, I can't tell you how much better they felt after they've completely gotten them out. Not like, okay, I'll get it out Monday and Tuesday and then I'll have it on Wednesday. That doesn't work. #3 is sleep, and this is so huge. If you are doing all the right things but not sleeping right, then you're probably not going to be losing a whole lot of fat. I heard from a doctor recently, and I didn't do my own research to verify this, but I'm just going to tell you what I heard. He said that you lose 90% of your fat when you're in your deep sleep cycle of your sleep. So when you sleep, you go into different stages. if you're getting interrupted sleep, you're not necessarily getting into that deep sleep as often as you should. And it's in that deep sleep stage that you're burning about 90% of your fat, is what he said. Regardless of the percentage, you are losing like such a large amount of fat when you sleep, and that's when your body is healing and repairing. So if you're not getting 7 to 8 solid hours of sleep a night, why don't you try it and see what happens? Okay, number 4 is stress. Stress is so huge as well. If you, like I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, assess how stressed you are. If it's over a 6, I would say you really need to get your stress in check. I mean, stress is a normal part of life. And something that you may not think about, working out is a form of stress. It's a physical stress on the body. And if you're always working out and working out hard, and trust me, I was guilty of this, but I had to learn the hard way. It's so crazy because there have been several times in my life where I stopped working out and I started losing a bunch of weight. And it's because I was stressing my body too much with all the working out I was doing, and it was making me gain weight. Just to highlight, I kind of tie together all the points that I just talked about. So back in August of last year, I weighed like 130, 131 pounds. And I was only eating 1,600 calories a day. Turned out that my liver enzymes were like really, really bad. I was actually just finishing up keto, and that's going to be the next video I do talking about my take on keto. My doctor had recommended I do it to deal with some blood sugar issues, and because I have PCOS, so I tried it. Turns out that was not a good fit for me, but the reason I'm telling you this is because I was eating 1,600 calories a day, working out 6 to 7 times a week, and I gained a lot of weight. So after I got off of that, and I took like a week where I basically just did really, really light cardio, barely anything actually. It actually was a couple weeks, and I started eating more food. Well, today I eat about 2,000 calories a day, maybe just shy of that. I work out less. I work out 5 to 6 times a week for maybe an hour at a time, and I weigh about 122 now. So I lost 10 pounds, I work out less, and I eat 400 calories a day more. So just to give you an idea of how important it is for your hormones, I would say I have less stress now. I am sleeping a little bit better now, and I am not eating any inflammatory foods. So number 5 is you may have slowed your metabolism from too much exercise or from not eating enough. So let's say you are working out 5 to 6 times a week, and you're only eating, let's say, 12 to 1,400 calories a day. My guess is that you've really, and it also depends on your age. Let's say someone like a middle-aged person. I would say that you've slowed your metabolism down. And the way to fix that is you're gonna have to take some time to just give your body some good food, give your body, healthy food, of course, and start to heal some of that slow metabolism by feeding yourself a little bit more, maybe working out less or doing less stressful things. It's so individual. It's really hard for me to just do a generalized thing like this, but if you have specific questions, obviously you can shout at me on social media, or you can go to my website, which is probably the best way to get a hold of me. Go to my website and just submit one of the interest forms, and then that way I'll know to contact you back. Number 6, the sixth reason why you're not losing fat is because you're not getting enough protein or fiber in your diet. Those are so key. At the end of the day, those are 2 of the most important things when it comes to fat loss. Is diets high in protein and high in fiber are always going to win when it comes to fat loss. And then number 7, I'm gonna kind of give a little shameless plug to a former video that I did, which was my cheat day video. If you are doing awesome 6 days out of the week, but then the 7th day you eat like quadruple the amount of calories that you normally would, you are setting yourself up to hold on to fat, and it is not a good idea. So I would say check your cheat days for tip number 7. Is if you're going to be eating so good 6 days out of the week, why would you undo all of that hard work that you just did sometimes in a matter of a few hours? Go check that video and you'll understand kind of what I mean by that. But I would say those are my 7 reasons, and if you have questions, let me know. Subscribe to my channel. It's Lindsay Day Fitness, just takes the click of a button and it is free for you. And if you have any suggestions, then you can contact me and let me know. Bye guys.